Hi guys. So there's been a lot of drama recently in the vegan community, and on the one hand I found it quite amusing, on the other hand quite saddening, and it's just made me think a lot about what veganism actually means to me, and what my morals and what my ideals and my beliefs are. There was that whole drama with Freely and her videos about making superior choices or being morally and ethically superior to meat eaters. Then there was that whole thing, meat eaters deserve to die, about which I also made a response video. I'll link it down below. And there was just so much stuff, and then there was so many response videos just everywhere, and a lot of people subscribe to the drama. I'm not excluded from that, obviously. I try not to take sides and to approach everyone from a place of love and compassion, but obviously it's not always possible, or it just doesn't always happen the way you want it to. And it just really made me think about why I eat the way I do, why I live the way I do, and what my beliefs around that even are. So that's why I decided to make today's video, to talk about veganism and to talk about what veganism actually means to me, and what the purpose of veganism is for me. Because what I've noticed, so basically, so many people who are not vegans or have this image in their minds of vegans being actually a rather intolerant bunch of people who say, oh, meat eaters are such horrible people, and all humans are actually like with the parasites on this earth and we're the real monsters, and especially if you still eat meat, then you're like the one who actually deserves to die instead of the animals, and why are you causing so much pain and suffering? I hope the same thing happens to you. And it's so hateful and makes me so sad. And obviously this is a very biased opinion, but I really do notice some people really just still exhibiting these opinions within the vegan community, and there really is, on some level, that's that kind of intolerance. And to me it's just a little bit sad, because so many vegans have embraced the idea of compassion towards animals and of non-harming, and that's that whole ahimsa concept, which essentially means non-harming, and not wanting to cause suffering to animals, and the idea of animals and humans being equal and having equal rights and the equal right to live. And it's just like a whole, I don't know. obviously the concept itself is completely valid, and I don't want to invalidate that in no way. I think it's a beautiful thing that people are waking up to this and embracing that compassionate side of themselves and choosing to be compassionate and to cause less suffering in the world. And obviously the environmental side of veganism is equally important, that meat and animal industry is such a huge part of global pollution, and I think it's amazing. My camera just fell, alright. And we're back online. I think it's amazing that people are waking up to this and making steps towards more compassion and more awareness and more equality. I think it's beautiful. It's absolutely amazing. On the same side, I feel that while so many people are now embracing the side of this idea of compassion towards animals and equality of animals and humans, it kind of contrasts a lack of compassion towards humans. It's a very interesting thing, people becoming vegan and then suddenly, but us humans, we're the ones kind of causing all the suffering, and we're causing all this hurt, and we're causing environmental damage, and we're kind of killing the planet we're living on, and doesn't that make us the real monsters? Aren't we kind of like parasites living off of the earth? And it just contrasts the compassion for the animals, and in contrast to that, a lack of compassion towards our fellow humans who are maybe still meat eaters or still wear non-vegan clothes and all those sorts of things. And for me, that contrast has just become so intense, and I disagree with that contrast. That's the base of it. I just completely disagree with it, because to me, if humans are equal to animals, okay, so humans are equals to animals, we shouldn't be eating them because they're equal to us. Alright, they experience pain, they experience emotions, they experience attachment, and we don't want to cause that kind of suffering. I absolutely understand that. But why then are we condemning our fellow humans? Because for me, I believe that everybody is on their own journey in life. And I mean, a year ago, even half a year ago, I was still eating meat, and that doesn't make me a bad person before I went vegan. And I knew about a lot of the facts about veganism, about the animal industry. I knew about a lot of that before I went vegan, and still it took me a long time to actually commit 100%. You know, I ate less meat, then I ate almost no meat, then I still ate dairy now and again, and you know, now I'm like really getting it, like 99.9% of the time I'm like, okay, cool, I'm a vegan. But you know, for me it's maybe a conscious decision that I have to kind of make every single time, and it's getting easier and easier, but it's a process. And I've really come to respect everybody's individual journey, and I respect that at a certain point in a person's life it just doesn't seem doable for them to maybe give up meat. And while I see obviously it's causing a lot of suffering, I don't think these people are bad people for it, because the way I see it, and I've said this in other videos as well, for me, I really do see the universe as one. Everything is connected, and that means that no being is apart from the other. That is why we're equal to animals, because we're all part of the same big universe, we're all part of the source energy. And that is why we are equal to animals, because we're all part of the same thing, so we can't be superior to them and still be the same. And that is why I choose not to eat animals, because if I'm connected to the animals, then any suffering that I cause to them, I also cause to myself. And I choose not to do that, because for me, eating a vegan diet, eating a plant-based diet and not killing animals is a decision out of self-love. It's a decision that I choose to make, because not just because I don't want to cause suffering to animals, but because I see that causing suffering to animals causes suffering to myself. I mean, what else is it? If you see, you see those pictures of or those videos of factory farming and like mass cattle production and just all of that stuff, and it causes suffering to yourself. It's not the fact that the animals are suffering, it's the fact that the animal suffering is causing suffering to yourself. And that connection, that's what it's about. And a lot of people haven't made that connection yet, because they're not aware of the suffering that they're causing themselves. And that's where the individual journey thing comes in. And I've really come to respect that, because for me myself it has been a very difficult journey to decide to become vegan. Simply because every now and then I went back and said, one time won't hurt, and then I always felt the negative effects again later. And just, I don't know, it's a very, very interesting dynamic that, for me there's two big things that play into it. And the first thing is obviously the connectedness, obviously, that everything is connected, and if we cause suffering to something else, we're causing it to ourselves. Then it's basically all based, for me it's all kind of based on trauma and on things that we've experienced previously, that first of all, at some point in our lives we decided it was okay to eat animals. And I mean, very many of us, we have a memory, for example, from our childhood, where we're sitting at the dinner table and eating the lamb or the chicken or whatever, and we're like, oh, where does this actually come from? So, oh no, that's a baby lamb. Oh, this is a baby sheep I'm eating. Is that okay? Is that even okay? I don't think this is okay. I don't think I want to be eating a baby sheep. It's like cute and innocent, and I don't think I want to be killing a baby sheep. But then our parents, who are basically our God figure and tell us how everything works, and we take their word for it, they tell us, no, it's okay. You need this. You need your protein. You need to eat meat. It'll make you big and strong and healthy. So we kind of dissociate that part of ourselves, where we intuitively know, I don't want to cause suffering. We dissociate that part from ourselves, and it goes away into our subconscious, and we just eat the meat and we decide that it's okay. But that part of ourselves is obviously still there, and we need to reconnect with that, and it's a subconscious thing, so you need to actually go into your subconscious and go through that process. And the other part of it is that again, the whole if you cause suffering to something else, you're causing it to yourself. And that's the thing, that whenever for example, if I was mean to you, if I said something very hurtful, if I said something very rude to you, it wouldn't be because of something you did. It would be because of something that happened to me, and I don't know how else to express my hurt except for to transfer it to you and be mean and hurtful to you. So every suffering that we cause to someone else is based on something that happened to us. So we need to actually work on the things that have happened to us in order to be able to make the decision to not cause suffering to others. Because when we've been hurt a lot of times, and we've always keep transferring that hurt, and we've made the decision it's okay to eat animals, and we've also dissociate that aspect of ourselves, and it's all subconscious, and we don't even realize what's going on. There's so many layers, so many curtains between where we are and kind of where our higher self is, where our intuition and our compassion is, that we need to get through that step by step. And that's kind of also where the journey to veganism comes in, because for me the journey to veganism is just stepping closer to your higher self, stepping closer to self-love, to compassion, and to doing everything that is in line with self-love, because that's the way to happiness. And that's why I've really come to respect other people's journeys in becoming vegan, or even the reasons why at the time they feel they can't become vegan. And this probably sounds a bit, I don't know, strange, I guess, that I'm saying now that for me it's okay if someone decides they can't be vegan right now. It's some of you will probably unsubscribe from my channel because of what I'm saying right now. Others of you might just look at me funny or think, what the hell is she even saying? It's okay for people to eat animals. No, I don't think it's okay to cause suffering, but I respect everyone's personal journey, and I respect that we have to heal the suffering within ourselves in order to make compassionate and kind decisions. And yeah, in the end, that's basically it, and I just also want to maybe appeal to you to respect other people's journeys, and to also look more at healing those aspects of yourself as well, to actually really dive deep into yourself and figure out what emotional traumas they are that cause you to make certain decisions, and just have a look at those and maybe work with those and start to heal those. Because for me it's not just a decision of, okay, cool, I'm vegan now, and now I'm maybe ethically superior, or now I've stopped causing suffering. Because also you can't just help the animals and just leave yourself out of it. You can't just do that, because again, everything's connected. You're helping the animals, but you're not helping yourself, essentially. So you're still suffering. So there's still suffering. And for me, it's actually the most important thing to heal the suffering within yourself before you heal any other kind of suffering. Healing suffering within yourself will help you to prevent other kinds of suffering in your life around you. And I feel like many people that are so intensely affected by the suffering of the animals that they see around them have so much suffering within themselves that they need to heal. Such a strong sensitivity to the suffering, and just seeing the suffering of the animals just brings that out again. So again, find a way to heal that within yourself instead of only focusing externally. Obviously, yes, the animals are important, but focus on yourself as well, and you can do both at the same time. So yeah, that's what veganism is about to me. It's about connectedness and making choices out of self-love and healing myself first and foremost. And by healing myself, I can every single day, every single moment, I can choose to cause less and less suffering because I'm healing myself. And that's what this journey is all about for me. Maybe it's different for you. Maybe you actually experience the same thing. I would actually love to hear your opinion on this. So, leave your thoughts in the comments below as usual. And otherwise, have a lovely day, evening, morning, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. And peace, love, and bananas to all of you. I love you. Bye bye.